The Summer Adventure, The Telekinetic Friends. It was a hot July afternoon, and Tatu's old bicycle rattled along the dirt road toward the camper van owned by Yuho and Tuko's parents. The van stood at the edge of the forest, isolated from the hustle and bustle of the world. Tatu had received a surprising invitation from the duo the day before. He couldn't help but wonder what they wanted to share with him. Juho and Tuko rarely invited anyone over without a good reason. Tatu parked his bike next to the camper van and knocked on the door. Yuho opened it and grinned. "Come in, we have something to show you," he said. Inside, the camper van had a cozy yet slightly chaotic vibe. The small table was cluttered with books, playing cards, and in the center, a Rubik's Cube. Tuko sat cross-legged on the sofa, smiling mysteriously. "So, what's this all about?" Tatu asked, sitting across from them. Tuko glanced at Juho and smirked. "Well, you tell him, Juho." Juho cleared his throat and leaned forward. "We have strange abilities." Tatu raised an eyebrow. "What do you mean?" Juho paused for a moment before replying. "We have telekinetic powers." Tatu blinked, stunned. "Well, prove it. For instance, there's that Rubik's Cube on the table, levitated." Juho smiled confidently and closed his eyes. His hands remained completely still, but the Rubik's Cube on the table began to rise slowly into the air. It hovered for a few seconds and then gently rotated in place. Tatu stared, his mouth agape. "Wow, that's incredible. How did you learn to do that?" Tuko leaned forward, taking over the explanation. "We're not sure. We've been like this since we were kids. At first, we didn't believe it ourselves, but over the years, we learned to control it." Tatu chewed his bottom lip thoughtfully. "Okay, so why am I here? What do I have to do with your powers?" Tuko and Juho exchanged glances. "We need your help," Juho finally said. "Something strange is going on around here. Last week there were disappearances, those mysterious lights in the forest. We have a feeling our powers might help us uncover what's happening, but we need someone grounded. That's you." Tatu leaned back and rubbed his head. "Disappearances? Lights? This is starting to sound creepy. But I guess I can help. What's the plan?" Tuko pulled out a paper map and spread it across the table. "This map shows the area where the disappearances occurred. We thought we could use our abilities to search for clues." Juho added, "But we don't want to attract too much attention. You could be our cover guy." Tatu looked at the map, then at his friends, and finally at the Rubik's Cube, still floating in the air. "Well, it's not like I have much else to do this summer. Let's go solve some mysteries." And so began a summer adventure where mysteries and supernatural powers intertwined. The trio didn't yet know what awaited them, but one thing was certain. This was no ordinary summer.